friends just going around the global view, all that activity you see on the map is what our algorithms identify as actual fishing activity. So we're going to go to an example that you guys saw yesterday in Rebecca's presentation. This is the Phoenix Islands Protected Area. It's part of Kiribati in the Pacific Ocean. So as of January 1st, 2015, it was declared a no-take marine reserve. Prior to that, it was legal to fish in this area, although it's very biodiverse and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And we can see, as we press play, fishing activity clears out of the park when it's enforced as a no-take marine reserve. So this is an example of how Global Fishing Watch can be used to monitor the success of enforcement of marine protected areas. However, there was one exception to this compliance. So here's a vessel track. So on any of those dots on the global map, you can click on and jump to the vessel track. So you just see the fishing activity, which is the red dots along the line, but you can also see just where the boat is transiting. So the Marshall 203 is the Taiwanese purse seiner. You can see, the vessel track. And the vessel cuts through the Phoenix Islands Protected Area, and that's fishing activity, the sort of squiggly line there. So the government of Kiribati was aware of this, and they had their own satellite data from a different type of technology than what we use to make the map. However, they didn't have the level of detail needed to prove that there was fishing occurring. They were able to use Global Fishing Watch to prove that fishing was happening in the protected area after it was declared a no-take area, and able to get a $2.2 million settlement from the Marshalls 203, which is about 1% of their GDP. So this was a huge success for them, and it's an example of how not only can Global Fishing Watch be used to help governments monitor remote areas that would be difficult and expensive to monitor otherwise, but it can also help reduce corruption because it's public. So anyone can see this, any fishery stakeholder, so I would consider all of us fishery stakeholders can go on and check it out, put pressure on.
Hello, everyone. My name is Peter Hedlund. I work at the Virginia Foundation for the Humanities, and I'm going to talk about Street View and how we have been using it to advance the mission of my organization. One of the things we love about Street View is the advent of the Google Cardboard headsets, because we've been collecting Street View for about 3 years, and these headsets are a really engaging way to show off this imagery to teachers and students also. So I'm going to talk about a very specific Street View project that we actually just completed last week. There's an island in the middle of the Chesapeake Bay called Tangier Island, and a couple months ago, the New York Times on their Sunday magazine cover asked the question, should the United States save Tangier Island from oblivion? And my colleague Matthew and I, who has also attended this conference in the past, decided this would be a great use of Street View imagery to allow the folks on Tangier Island to be able to advocate for themselves. They're trying to get the federal government to build some seawalls to help protect them from the rising seas, some other sorts of technologies that could help them. And so last week, we went to Tangier Island. This is just a quick little contextual map that shows where Tangier Island is. It's the only inhabited island, Virginia Island in the Chesapeake Bay, and it's populated by, it's a working town, they're crabbers. They're blue crabbers, soft shell crab, And it's a really interesting community, which I'm not going to talk about right now. So we took a trekker, my colleague and I, Matthew. We walked all over the island. We walked all over the beaches. We walked on the airstrip. We sat on the front of a crabbing boat and went up and down their harbor. And we will look forward to this imagery being published in a few months. And then we're going to go back to the island. Okay, so what I wanted to leave the presentation with a clip of an interview. We brought somebody who recorded audio with us, and we're looking for interesting ways to combine audio with Street View panoramic imagery. And so we recorded a Tangier Islander on the beach talking, and the accents that they have are really unique. It's a very isolated community. The accents can be traced back to their English heritage 200 years ago. So come find me, ask me about these headsets, which we have custom made in Charlottesville, and I'll let you hear the accents. Thanks.